Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to today's episode of A Palette for Love Live. I'm going to do a follow-up from last week's episode about the power of words. Today we're going to talk about how to change the negative words that you may say to yourself, and I'm going to be making a very special burger. So I found these burgers in the supermarket. I normally eat the Beyond burgers and the Beyond meat sausages, but of course this is all I could find for today. And I'm going to make this burger with regular provolone cheese, some bacon, beefsteak tomatoes, and arugula. And I'll let you see me put the burger together so that we have more time to talk as well. So I have my trusty cast iron skillet and some avocado oil that is apparently really empty. And I'm going to season the burgers just really simply with salt and pepper on each side because they have garlic powder and some other seasonings in them already. What I love about these burgers, well, the Beyond burgers at least, I don't know how these work, but is that they taste like regular hamburgers. And they're supposed to be healthier for you. I don't know how true that is with all the other ingredients that they have that are not beef, but they do taste really good. And it's just a nice alternative to eating meat so much. One of my favorite interventions to use with clients is called matching your words. And essentially, it's working with what is already happening for the client naturally. One of my professors in grad school told me that you can't stop what's happening organically. And I really think that works well with clients because it doesn't require them to give up or let go of what they're used to. So for matching words, what you do is pay attention to the negative script or negative words that you're using in your head or that you say out loud to yourself. I don't want you to stop using those negative words. What I want you to do is match each of those negative things with something positive, something that is equally true and real as the negative self-talk is. What this does is give you alternatives to how you already think about and speak to yourself. It does not require you to combat or defeat what it is that you already are thinking about yourself. Instead, I want you to explore the other side of the coin and see what else you can, attach to yourself that is maybe just more positive. So if you wake up and think, oh my God, I'm always late for work, you can match that with something like, well, I've held this job for 2 years now, so at least I'm also a consistent employee. That may feel like making excuses, or it may feel like ignoring the bad, but that's not what I'm wanting you to do. The point of matching your words is that you aren't just this negative person or these negative traits that you give yourself. There are other parts to you, other sides to you that maybe you're neglecting or ignoring because you're focusing so heavily on the negative. So by matching it, you're able to realize that there's more to you than just the bad. And maybe you aren't actually that bad to begin with. And you can see yourself as a different kind of person. I'm going to turn these over and season the other side that's already cooked, but will still hold the salt and pepper because of the oil in the pan. And then we're going to assemble the burger and cut up some other things. Another technique that I like is called the exposure hierarchy, and that's borrowed from cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. So for the exposure hierarchy, you have to think about a goal that you have, whether that's finding a new job or finding a new relationship, whatever it is. And you think about that goal, and then you break that down into smaller steps, all the pieces of getting towards and working towards that goal. So you want to make a list of all the things that you'd have to do in order to achieve the goal that you have in mind. The list should be maybe 5 to 10 things, 7 to 10 things. The more things that you have on your list, the better. And what you're going to do is make the list, and then you're going to look at the items on the list, and you're going to reorder them from what's easiest to what is hardest for you. Then you're going to start doing the things on the list from the bottom up. So start with the easier things, and then after you accomplish each thing, you're able to reflect on what it took to get you to cross that item off of the list and use that motivation and that accomplishment towards the next item on the list. Again, the point of doing this exercise is that you're able to see the other capabilities that you have. You're able to unlock the other parts of your personality beyond the negative ways that you've always seen yourself. The point is not to accomplish the entire list in 1 week or 1 day. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to accomplish the things on the list. The point is that you keep working towards the list items and that you realize you have strengths, you have abilities that maybe, again, you've been ignoring or overlooking in favor of all the negative ways in which you've thought about yourself before. So I have some bacon cooking here. I always throw a little bit of water into the pan when I'm making bacon because I like it really, really crispy. And this is a good way to get that crunch without having to overcook the bacon. Now I'm going to put some of this in a pan to toast the bun. This is really good with seafood. I use it for crab legs or lobster all the time, but I also use it when I make lobster rolls as well. So I definitely recommend this. This is essentially making the bun into garlic bread, which I think is appropriate for any and every dish. So if you don't like garlic bread, don't do this. But the butter I showed you has pieces of garlic in it and parsley. So it's really, really good. Whether you try the exposure hierarchy or the word matching, the goal is to think about the negative ways in which you talk to and about yourself and improve upon who you believe yourself to be. Try to be more positive, try to think better of yourself, and you'll be able to tap into a different world of possibility about where you can get to in life. Here are some of the parts of my burger. I have arugula, beef steak, tomatoes, and the bacon I made. I'm also going to put on this garlic bun I have, this Duke's mayonnaise that I smuggled from South Carolina. It is the best mayonnaise ever, but it's not sold in New York. So when this runs out, I'll have to go on Amazon and hope that it comes to my home. But it's really, really good. Here is the finished burger. The cheese is kind of glued on there, but you can see the bacon, the arugula, and the tomato. Cannot wait. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of A Palette for Love Live. Next week, I'll do the third and final part of this Power of Words series, where I'll talk about, what you do after trying the word matching and the exposure hierarchy. See you again next Sunday at 7 o'clock. Bye-bye.